Hi everyone, I hope you guys are keeping well and healthy and are ready to be creative, because today we're going to do some more really fun creative stuff with recyclable materials, and we're going to use our plastic yarn again. So in a previous video I showed you guys how to make your own plastic yarn. If you haven't already, please go and watch that video first, so that you know how to do this, and then come back to this video and I'll teach you one way that you can use your yarn. So today we're gonna keep with the theme of weaving, and I'm going to show you a different way to do weaving, using the same technique but just in a different shape. We're going to do a circular weaving this time, and let's see how it goes. So get your plastic yarn ready, get some cardboard ready, and yeah, let's go. Alright, so weaving in a circular object. Once again, recyclable material, so I'm using cardboard again. Anywhere that you can get cardboard, get yourself a piece of cardboard for this. And to start off with, I've got this plastic lid to trace to make our circular shape. So find something that's round that you can trace out, or if you want to draw your own circle, you're welcome to do that if you can't find anything. Otherwise, a plate, a piece of plastic like this, anything that's circular, but not too big if this is your first time trying this out. Let's start off with something small so you can get the technique down, and then you can start moving on to something bigger if you decide that you want to do something bigger. So got my lid, and I'm just gonna make a circle around there. Okay, and then before I cut it out, I'm just going to draw some lines that we're going to need to use. So I'm going to get my ruler, and we're going to divide our circle up into pizza slices, little triangles. And the way you can do that is you can either, if you don't have a ruler or anything, you just try and use your eye to find the middle that you can start off with, or if you do have a ruler, just measure out your circle and divide it up. So my circle is 14 centimeters in length, which means half of 14 is 7. Should be there like that. And then I'm just going to do line there. We're going down there, and then on this line you could measure again. It's 14 centimeters, so 7 is going to be there. It's about there. As you can see, I'm just estimating as well. It doesn't have to be exact and perfect. So you've got your vertical and diagonal line, and now we're going to split those as well. Again, just estimating, but if you want to be exact, you're welcome to do that. And once we've got our lines down, we can cut our circle out so that we're ready to weave. So grab your scissor and cut the circle out. Okay, there we go. I've cut out my circle, and once again I'm going to need to make a little slit at each line. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces, and in each line I want to make a little slit. So you can measure about 1 centimeter down and just mark that off like that on each line, and then you're going to just use your scissor to make a little slit right up until the 1 centimeter line on all of these. Alright, so I've done my little cutting around all of them, and now we're going to first put down our wraparound layer. I'm going to do 2 different colors for this one. I'm going to do my wraparound let's do my wraparound with this color, and then I'm going to do my weaving with this color. So to do this, you're going to start wherever. You can choose where you want to start. and around the back to the middle, and push it in, give a little slit. And now you're just gonna wrap around in a circular motion until you get back to the start. So go to the opposite end. As you're coming around, you want to go to the second one and straight down the middle to its opposite. Third, down the middle, and the fourth one there, down the middle. There we go. So you see all of them are covered, and this one over here we're going to just bring it there so that you can tie these two together. It's long enough to tie them together. You can just cut that. I'll just knot this so that it's not two pieces hanging. And now we are ready. Keep this to the back. We are ready to start our weaving. Okay, so to do this weaving, once again, you need to pull out a length and not just so that it will be easier to start off with. Find where it joins and then just cut it there. Not too long as well, because remember you have to pull it all the way. Okay, so to start off with, we need to go underneath all of these pieces. So you're going to push your string underneath all of them to tie them together. So there. And then you're just going to tie just like that, so that you've tied all of them together over there. Right, make sure you knot it, double knot before you start, so that that's secure. Okay, now the way we're going to weave is we're going to weave in a circular motion. So you choose one end to start, and once again we're going to go over and under. And you choose which one you want to start with. So if you're going under, the next one you go over, under, over, under. And as you're going, you need to pull all the way. Okay, so that's under, so this goes over, under. Alright, so this little piece I'm going to just cut so that it doesn't get in my way, and I'm going to tuck it underneath there. Alright, and now you're going to just keep going over and under, round like that. Okay, so once you've done this a few times, gone over and under around your circle a few times, you'll see that the pattern starts emerging where there are some of these strings are always under, some of them are always on top. And the way we get them to go in the opposite so that we get a bit of a pattern is that once you've come to a point where you've done this a few times in, say, the clockwise direction, we're now going to change direction and go anti-clockwise. So as you see, I've went under, and this one should be over. And what I'm going to do is in the next, I'm just going to go into this one. So that's over. This one goes under, and I'm going to pull it through. And now I'm going to change direction. I'm going to go anti-clockwise. So I've been going clockwise. Now I'm going to change anti-clockwise. So I went under, and I'm just going to go back over, which means this one must go under. Okay, so we're going backwards and we're going anti-clockwise. So this is going over, and the next one is going under. Okay, And now we are creating a pattern. So again, don't pull too much, because when you pull too much, you start moving these pieces, and it will warp the way your design looks. Okay, and now we're gonna go in the opposite direction. So that one's over, under, over, under, pull. As you can see, we're starting to change the pattern a bit. Over, under, and it takes a bit of a while sometimes. Under, over, under, to get it. And it can be frustrating sometimes, and if it is, take a deep breath, step away from your weaving, go have a glass of water, just walk around somewhere, and then come back to it when you're feeling better. Okay, and now you can see we've already changed the pattern a bit, and you're going to keep going this way, and if you want you can go change the direction again and start going clockwise again, depending how you want your pattern to look. Okay, so I've been going for a bit, and you see I've changed the direction and changed it again. I'm going clockwise again, and it's really up to you how much you want to change your pattern and start going clockwise and anti-clockwise. You might want to do the entire thing only clockwise, or you might only want to change once. Yeah, that's up to you and your imagination and creativity. So what happens when you start running out of plastic yarn and you see that you still have a while to go to get to the edge? You simply just take another piece, cut it, and tie it on, and you keep going. Okay, what happens when you get to the end? Well, that's simple enough. Let's get to the end and I'll show you. So this over and under. So as I can see that this one is going to end over here. So when you come to the end, all you do is tie it onto the string, the yarn, the piece that's the last bit, and you just knot it onto there. Okay, you can cut it if you want, and you've created your circular weave, which again, if you did alone, is weaved with all of your thoughts and what you've imagined and your ideas and whatever you're thinking about while you were doing it. If you did it with friends or with another person, then it's a weaving that tells the story of that experience, and what you guys were discussing and talking about is captured in this weaving. Once again, you can leave it on the cardboard, decorate the cardboard if you want. If you want to cut it out, that's when you are going to again cut all of these up just in the middle so that there's enough length, and all of them, just make sure that they don't get and then you are once again going to two together, two together, two together, and two together. Remember, keep them all here in the back, turn it to the front, and the two that you want to start with those, take them out, tie them together, knot them, and then you move over to the next two all the way around. Okay, and there you have it, our little weaved circular weave. Once again, you can choose if you want to maybe cut these pieces that are sticking out a bit. You can do that, or you can leave them long. And once again, encouraging you to use your imagination and creativity with this. Like, think about what would happen if I maybe changed the color of my yarn halfway through, because you just tie it onto the piece to change your color. Would it be something interesting? What if I added something else, like What if I threaded some beads or something in while I'm doing this? I mean, it's up to you to decide what to do, but in the end you've got a beautiful art object that's a weaving of your thoughts, your stories, your experience, and everything that happened while you were doing that. So I hope you enjoy, and I look forward to more creative time with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you for joining our online open studio. We hope to see you again soon. Please remember to send us your artwork and creations. You can post it to any of our social media sites and tag us, or send us an email. Open Studio is supported by the Mary Oppenheimer and Daughters Foundation and Rand Merchant Bank.